Hello and welcome. Do let me know how the sound is. I do believe that I'm going to need a better mic soon. So if you can hear a kind of buzzing or something like that in the background, do please let me know, because when I watched a little bit of yesterday's stream back to timestamp our release and manifestation in our spell, it sounded a little bit strange and kind of muffly a little bit. I don't know how to describe it, but it definitely sounds different. So if you do hear anything like that, please let me know. I don't know if it was just a setting or a little something that was wrong there yesterday. But yeah, I'm perfectly happy to get a new mic. But yeah, I don't know if there's something wrong with it or not, or if it's just me. So yes, Lima, you can be timestamped, of course. Yes. So I haven't planned too many December streams yet, because I'm going to accommodate more, the other people's time zones, basically. So we have India, we have Singapore. So I'm going to do some kind of different times than I usually do. Usually it's between 4 p.m. and maybe 9 p.m. GMT. So like English time zone that I go with. Like I usually stream between those times. And I'm going to stop that and do some really random different times to accommodate you over other people. Yeah, so if what you can hear is just the background music, then that's great. Maybe the section I was looking at was just, I don't know, there's like an error with it or something, but anyway, if you can hear me, I suppose, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I just don't want it to be like annoying. Do you know what I mean? Like you're waiting for your reading and you're like, oh, that sounds so bad. So I do have my other device if anyone does wish to contact me through Facebook, email, or yes, Facebook or email. That's it, I think. But let's see who's in from the list. Let's do that. So we have Luna, wonderful. Luna, Miss Venus, I think is that it? Oh no, Sadia's here. The first person is here. Wonderful. So we have Sadia, we have Luna, we have Miss Venus. I think that's it from the list. Oh no, Lalima. Sorry, we do have Lalima. I think I moved my pencil, but I'm going to just grab it because if a lot of people do come in, like new people, and like I said, if you were on yesterday's stream, when I'm making lists lately, it seems to be that half of the people show up and the other half don't. If you tell me beforehand that you need a timestamp, that's fine. If you don't turn up, but you say, Venus, I need a timestamp, I won't make it, then I will do that. But for the people who don't communicate with me, we just kind of skip them. If they come in late, then that's fine. They can go back into the kind of queue, if you will. But yes, so we have the first 3 people, so that's great. But I'm just going to grab, I'm quite prepared other than the pencil, so I'm just going to grab it, it's not far. Just so that if we do have, some more new people, I'll do like a makeshift kind of list here. And just bear with me, and I'm lying under my nice little Christmas blanket there. So, or throw, I believe it's called a throw. There we are. See? Like I said, it wasn't far. So, we have, who do we have that is not on the list? And we'll, of course, we'll go in order. And I would also like to say, I don't know if Gretel or Sadita are in here at the moment, but welcome new members. We did have 2 new members join yesterday, and I do not yet have their avatars yet. So as you guys have probably seen, we have a nice, oh, Why is the list above it? So we have a nice thank you kind of screen to the members, and everyone gets their own avatar. And we have 2 new root chakra members. So this little picture of you guys will be changing, but I just haven't got around to it yet. So shout out to them, and their avatar is incoming. So we have the first 3. Ooh, oh no, the chat. Right. So we have the first 3 people in, and we have Lalima. So that's great. So it looks like only, is it pronounced Theodora or Theodora? Because I don't like to pronounce words wrong, and I think it's a bit kind of like disrespectful. So I do really appreciate being corrected for pronunciation. Yeah, I really appreciate it, because I don't want to be disrespectful and pronouncing names wrong. Hello, Kevin. Hello and welcome. I'm feeling very good. I'm doing very well. I feel like a lot better. Yeah, even like my allergies, or cold thing, whatever I had, feeling so much better. Luna, but Luna's on the list. Yes, Luna's on the list. Sorry. Aries. So Aries, yes. You are probably going to get a reading, because like I said, people just don't really show up, which is fine. Everyone gets busy, so it's okay. But we'll see. So yeah, so we can go right ahead. We can begin. Oh, I will introduce the scrying mirror, actually. You know, I don't like to just begin the reading kind of assuming that people know what I'm doing here. So yes, past life reading. So you can do a past life reading in a regression way, where you kind of, I wouldn't really call it hypnotizing, but I suppose maybe kind of hypnotizing someone, and allowing them to open up to that kind of meditative trance and see their own past life. You can do that. I would love to practice that. But here, what I do is I use a scrying mirror. So you've probably heard of this before. You've probably seen maybe really big, fancy ones, beautiful ones that go on the wall. But I can't use that here because, I want it to be in short. I want you guys to see it. So I just got a little small one here for that purpose. I could use a crystal ball, but I prefer the scrying mirror for past life reading and starseed reading. So it's completely obsidian. It's a solid obsidian circle, and for me, I kind of project my intentions. I connect with your energy, of course. Many of you I already connect with very easily, but I know we do have a new person in here. So I will connect with your energy based on your date of birth, and whenever I feel I feel really connected. So I kind of take on that energy, focus on it, and project what my mind eye wants to show me, or whatever it is wants to show me. Maybe your guides, my angels, whatever is coming through, and I get an image on here. So sometimes it's words, sometimes it's an actual image. So I'm a very visual, like a clairvoyant, very visual. So I do really, really love the scrying mirror for this purpose. Not everyone would use it for that purpose. And a lot of people use it in a very dark room with candles. But I feel like I can use it, as I go. I can use it quite easily. Because I'm practiced in bringing out my abilities that we all can do. But I also have my past life tarot cards. So some of you regular people may know that I don't always have these with me. I don't always have these on the past life streams. Sometimes I just use the mirror. But today I'm feeling drawn to have these. So perhaps there is a card in here for someone. So they've been shuffled, They are just sitting there waiting for if I'm called to them. So yes, that's just a little explanation for anyone who is new or doesn't know. So yeah, I am sorry for going on. So we'll just read your comments here and then begin with Sadia. Oh yes, so I did say Aries, that's fine, going on the end is fine. Sometimes the people from the list do jump in a little bit later on and I just let them kind of push in the queue in a way. Sadia, nice jewellery, a 90s vintage woman style. Okay, interesting, yes. I'm just very drawn to headdresses at the moment, and when I saw it I thought it was very beautiful. So thank you very much. Yes, I love that. And Aries appreciating her avatar. I feel like it's very fitting for her. And yes, so Leon says remember to like and subscribe. I do believe everyone in here is subscribed, but if you could like the video if you haven't already, I would appreciate that. So without further ado, without further blabbing on, actually one more thing. I'll just have to write here Lolita timestamp because I'm guessing kind of, you know, it's very difficult sometimes when you do things really often, like astral travel, looking at past lives, connecting with star seeds. Sometimes you get a bit carried away. So I'm so organised, I'm always writing notes because I'm just so away with the fairies all the time. So yes, so let's begin then. And we will do, just to let you guys know as well, we will be doing a past life reading that is based around if you have lived in other realms. So if you don't believe in that, that's fine. But if you do, then we will be connecting with, you know, maybe elven realms, like me, fae realms, you know, different realms, and seeing if you not just had starseed past lives, but lives in other realms. So that might be interesting for you. We'll be doing a list for that soon. But yes, let's begin with Sadia. So have Sadia. Yes. Yes, Miss Venus. I'm trying to be elven. I mean, they're wings, but I think they look like pointy elven ears. That's why I was drawn to them, to be fair. I really love my elven kind of connection. And me and Leon both have that elven connection, so very, very nice. But yes, let me begin. Okay. Okay, so this is very interesting what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing like a kind of, I don't know how to describe it other than kind of like a sledge kind of thing. I'm seeing dogs. I would probably say like husky dogs. I'm really not, I'm not too knowledgeable on dog breeds. So when I see them as a picture instead of seeing the word, sometimes I see words, sometimes I see pictures. I think I said that. So a sledge is what I'm seeing. A sledge, you are in snow, and there are dogs. I would say, I'm going to say husky. I don't know if there's like a kind of different breed of dog that's kind of similar or something like that, but this is snow. There's a lot of snow here. This is definitely a like kind of very past, like I'm trying to get a year here or something, but it's very beautiful. Okay, so it's, you know, it's just so scenic. I'm feeling cold by looking at it because I'm such a like sun person, but it is very, very beautiful. Snow, these dogs. That is you. You are female here, so you are female, and there is also a male as well. There's kind of a community, so there is a community, but you are very close with this male. So I believe the correct term for this is Inuit, but it's so interesting. It looks almost like very, very tribal. It's very, very beautiful, very, very tribal. It feels very nice, but then there's the snow and everything like that, so you know where that could be, like the location of where that could be. Very, very snowy place, with settlements here, people who live here, and you living here. You know, there's animal skins and things like that, so it is kind of a very fend for yourself kind of lifetime. Very, very interesting to see. I don't think I've ever seen this kind of past life with someone. It's very, very nice, but the connection as well with this specific male is very, very close. Of course, your like husband, partner, whatever you would call it within this community, but a very, very close knit community as well. I see fishing, like what do they call it? Ice fishing. Yeah, I think it's called ice fishing. Yeah, but the most beautiful thing about this, even though the landscape, the snow, it looks so nice, is this connection with this male who you're with. The kind of love in the community as well feels very nice. Quite a small community, but the connection with this person feels very soul family connection here. So that's very interesting. For Sadia there. Hello, Shayna. You're on. Oh no, you're not on the list. Yes, you are. Shayna, welcome. You're welcome to stay. You're on the list. So, if you would like a reading, then of course. But yes. So, guys, when I do the reading, if anything resonates with you in terms of, so we learn lessons in different lifetimes. And it really feels like the lesson in this lifetime of Sadia is very kind of self-sufficient. So it's rarely living off the land, you know? Very Andromedan energy, if you want to go to the kind of starseed side of things. Very, very self-sufficient lifetime there. Very beautiful. And yeah, I really feel like, so sometimes when I do the readings, I do try to think of what is the lesson of this lifetime. And I do feel that there is kind of two things going on here. There's the connection with that soul mate, that part of your soul family, that man there. But there's also the self-sufficiency of fishing, like, you know, animal skins for warmth, you know, very, very primal, very self-sufficient, self-sustainable. So so let me know. So sometimes we have like people who So their past life might be, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, basically they were doing something that they really don't like in this lifetime, and I think that that's important to look at because I did have one where her past life was she was shipping animals in cages in boats, and I think it was like for circus or something, and she was a vegetarian in this life, very animal lover. So it's almost like we learn lessons in those lifetimes, and there's a reason why sometimes we do come back here as well. And many of us live many lifetimes here. Some of us only live a few. So yeah, but that was Sadia's the life that I saw there. Sadia says I like husky dogs, snow, and my partner. Nice reading. Well, it's interesting. I think it's interesting when an important part that comes through is the connection with another person, because it really does show that I do believe that we kind of need to connect with and influence and, love every member of our soul family at some point in our incarnations. So it's very nice that you had that soul partner there, and perhaps it's the same partner, that's very possible. So, Shayna, just let me know if you are still here, because you are on the list, so, yeah, of course, you're going to have a reading if you would like. So we have Luna next, and Luna is on the list. I was going to say on the list. Just bear with me. I just saw a notification. I don't know where it's from. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to go ahead with Luna now. So, yeah, I've read for Luna before. Do feel connected. So let's. Oh, Sadia says every time she discusses my past life, we feel the energy, and it's amazing. Thank you, Venus. You are amazing. Thank you so much. That's so lovely. A very lovely compliment there. And yeah, so it's always, like I say, we live many lifetimes, and a lot of us do live many here. So if you want to come on another past life reading, we have Miss Venus, who does join quite often, because why not? You may get more information about a life that already came through. You might get a new life coming through. So very welcome to continue to join. So let's get on with Luna then. Let's do Luna's excuse me, catch my breath there. Yes, so let's go ahead with Luna's here. Okay, so it's interesting. It's really interesting to see the, the contrast between these lifetimes here. So this is certainly not as past as Sadia's life was there. So we have Luna's past life here, and this is trying to gauge a year because I'm not being given in numbers on the mirror, which sometimes I do. I'm believing that this is early 1800s. I feel. So this is a woman, so a female lifetime, and she is very, very ahead of herself, ahead of her time. That's the phrase. Ahead of her time. There's computers, technology. It's all kind of about computers and technology, and it's almost like this transition from using a computer to like very, very basic. So we could probably look up the timeline of this, because it's kind of like the beginning of computers, where it seems like, so what I'm kind of seeing is like adding up numbers, and calculations. So it's kind of like the very, very, what we might refer to as kind of like a primitive technology right now, now that we're so kind of evolved with our technology. But she really has this desire and kind of know-how to bring this device, this computer that calculates things, does basic kind of. So what I'm seeing is it's very basic. It's very kind of, they're very big. They're very basic. They don't do too much, and she's very ahead of her time. She's really seeing the potential of this technology, and she does really believe that it can do more than that, So she's involved here with the progress of technology, the kind of transition of computers, becoming what they are, now. So but she's very technical in herself. She works in this field. She's also, I'm guessing, London, England. London, England here as well. So she's in London, England, and she's, yes. So I'm trying to see if I can see anything else here. In my last past life reading, I got so many names. I'm really hoping I can get a few names here. Okay, so I'm seeing A-D. So I don't know if A-D are initials, or A-D is the beginning of her name, like Adele or something like that. But I'm guessing A-D when I'm asking for her name here. And yeah, so A-D, I'm guessing for a name. It's, I would say this is early 1800s. I'm not seeing the date clearly here. I would probably go away and look up at like when this kind of technological advancement happened, but she's very involved in this. Very, very smart woman, very involved in this, and from London. So we have someone from my country here as well. Do like to see her. So yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. So I don't feel like I'm getting much more there about her. Just London, AD, and this technological advancement. Very, very smart, technological kind of woman. Really, really nice to see. Luna says I have a very feminine energy. Sometimes I think it's important to balance female and male energy within ourselves. Of course, we all have female and male energy, but some people just really kind of, I don't know how to say it, like, emanate their divine feminine energy, and I think it's because there has been, I don't know, like a increase in kind of positivity and respect for women, and women are kind of I don't know, like doing more, like when we look back sometimes, see, sometimes when I look back at the past in these readings, there's lifetimes where women are quite suppressed, there's lifetimes where women are accused of being witches, there's all sorts of things like that I see. So I think that a lot of us, even though we kind of want to be balanced in that, that energy, that male and female energy, we just can't help but like exude our divine feminine energy. I feel that from a lot of people. I really do. And it's interesting what your past lives are, because my mother remembers her past lives. She has dreams about them, she remembers them, and in most of her past lives, she was male. So she feels like it's a very interesting life to live as a female and have that experience. Oh yes, so I do also see the comment of Shayna saying she's here, so that's wonderful. Sorry, guys. So Miss Venus says as well, I've already gotten to traceable lifetimes, which is what I really love, when we get names or enough information to kind of see what you might have been, see who you might have been. I think it's really positive and affirmative, because it's showing us that there is not just nothing, you know what I mean? Whether you believe that it's a continuous cycle and you're always coming back, or whether you believe that there is like stages and lessons and you evolve and progress. When we get enough information, it kind of confirms and affirms to us, you know what I mean? So you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Luna, you're very welcome. So Miss Venus. So Miss Venus is next. Yeah, Miss Venus is next. So I'm just deciding. Thank you, Leon. I'm just deciding whether I should pull a card or not. Just take a moment with how I feel. I also kind of want to not pick. I've actually, you know what? If I pick up a life that I picked up last time, if I pick up if I pick up a life for someone that they already got, what I will do is try to get more information. So I will try to do that. So okay, let's focus on Mrs. Venus. So we don't want starseeds coming through in this reading, okay? bit of a drive through. Okay, so I'm seeing island. Islands is what I'm seeing here. And I'm seeing kind of like trailers, I suppose you'll call them. Um, yeah, this it's kind of like a community, like a travelers community here. There is it's a small community. There's a few people with a few trailers, kind of a bit of a close knit traveling community. Miss Venus here. This is female, a female lifetime, and it's very interesting. So what I'm seeing is like she's really really proud of her like beading jewelry. It's all kind of like jewelry thread, like just kind of like a jewelry making craft kind of thing. She's very proud of this, very proud of it. Yeah, that's like really what she's showing me. But they are a traveling community from Ireland, and yeah, she's a jewelry maker. She's traveling with her. I do believe this is husband. I do believe this is husband. Husband, child as well. Small child here. I'm just trying to see if I can get like an age of this child. Something like that. Yeah, so this child's like 5, 6 in this. Of course the child, grows up and everything, but in this this image that I'm being shown, this kind of scenario that I'm being shown, she is currently, so they're travellers, so, perhaps they travel around Ireland, perhaps they go, elsewhere, things like that, but that in this current, what I'm being shown is Ireland. So I do believe she is from there. I do believe that is kind of important to her. And this jewelry and this child are like very, very important. So not to say that the husband's not important. This does feel like a kind of a positive kind of relationship, almost like a old married couple kind of relationship. So it's not like a honeymoon couple kind of relationship. What I'm thinking here is a very kind of old married couple kind of thing. But she is so proud of this jewelry, and she sells this jewelry. And although, so there is some other people in this kind of community, this travelling kind of community, and although it seems like it's mostly positive, but what I can feel as well is there is some jealousy there. So this lady is very, very good at what she does. So she's very dedicated to it, she's very proud of it, and she just loves it, basically. She absolutely adores her child and making this jewellery. So there is some jealousy surrounding that. So it's like she's telling me there's issues with jealousy that do come up. But overall, the kind of energy is happy. The proud, I would say, is the main kind of energy that she's giving to me here. Ireland, I will type Ireland, I will type it. Yes, so this is what I'm seeing here. I typed it there, see if you wanted to look up that. Yeah, so it's very difficult for me when I'm not shown the date in like numbers, because I'm not a history person. So looking into people's past lives rarely opens my eyes a lot of the time, because I'm not very like, I'm not interested in history. I don't watch things about history. If I go to like an ancient like monument or anything, I'm meditating, I'm feeling the energy. I don't read any of the signs. I'm very kind of blasé in that way, which maybe I shouldn't be. But I am feeling that it's kind of like a I don't know if you would call it like medieval times. I'm really not sure if you would call it that, but I'm kind of leaning towards calling it that. But I am not getting like a year come out at me here. Thank you, thank you. Guys, you're too kind. Complimenting my cough. But yes, I apologise for it. But I am feeling so much better in my nose at least, so that's great. Yes, Ireland. But very, very beautiful. So it's like she makes all of this jewellery. Wherever she goes, she sells it. So she's travelling around, she's selling this jewellery. Very, very beautiful. And very close connection with that child as well. So that child could be a part of your soul family, and in this life maybe they would be, your mother, your father, your sibling, or even possibly a child that you may have. So but yes, so like I said, it's not to disregard the husband, but it was very kind of like a like old married couple kind of energy, but nice, so yeah, really interesting one, really nice one. Well, I find them all interesting, to be honest with you. So we don't have Stella, I don't think. Leon says Ireland is a beautiful place. It's actually somewhere I've never been. I've never been to Ireland, so I'm not really sure about that. Is there anybody else in front? Yes, we did have someone else. So we don't have Stella, we don't have Megha, we don't have Disha, don't have Taco. We're timestamping for Lalima. So I can leave Lalima until last because it's a timestamp. So that's fine. Because she's not here and waiting, I don't believe. Then she can have it last, and I'll just timestamp it. That's fine. Leon, I'm half Irish. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I have Otiko is here. Okay, yes, I have Hungarian and Scottish on my dad's side, Hungarian on my mum's side. So that's my kind of thing. 2% Irish. Sure. Do you know what? I would like to do. I would like to know. When you find out like every little tiny thing. But yeah, I just never do that. Didn't we have Shayna? Oh yes. So now it'll be Tico, Shayna, and then Lilima's timestamp, I believe. So let me just so I think I need. Well, can you just put your full name and date full name and date of birth in the chat if you're happy to do so, because I'm not really feeling, maybe I might pull a card. but I'm not feeling super connected to your energy at the moment. So Takeo, please, just full name and date of birth, and I will just try to connect there. Feeling a little bit, maybe like I might pull a card now. Do we have anyone new in the chat, by the way? Do we have anyone new in? Or is it all just the community, which I'm very happy with. But yes, so Takeo would just like to connect a little bit further with your energy. And my chat is delayed, so apologies if you've already given me the information. I will just see. Oh, Aries, yes, birth date. Just to connect with you a bit closer. I know I've read for you before. I know. Sometimes this I just don't feel like I connect. Let me just write a. Oh, I already have. Oh my gosh, I have a list here and I forgot about Aries. I'm so sorry. But we had Shayna come in, so I'll just write that there because I will forget. I will forget. If you can send it by email or Facebook if you are not comfortable to send it in the chat. I'm really sorry. I know it's not like you're someone who never comes in, so we should be able to connect a bit easier, but we'll see. We'll see. Blessings, Aries! Yeah, no one comes in anymore when I make a list, so I don't think I'm going to make them, to be honest. I think I'm going to try more different times of the day and see if it's more suitable for people. Like, I've never done like early GMT times. I've never done like 10 or, well, I say early, that's not too early, but like 10 a.m, 11 a.m, 12 a.m. I've never done that, so I think I'm feeling really still connected to Miss Venus's energy at the moment. I feel like I need to kind of release that and focus. Right, I'm going to try to focus on Takeo here. I know I've read for you before, so I should be able to get this through. Maybe pull a card and see what happens. I just take a moment. Sometimes my like chatting on is kind of like not needed. I just take a moment to focus. Oh, thank you. Yes, Theodora, you are on the list. It goes Shayna, then you, and then Aries. Yeah, just because you went in a bit earlier, so that's how it goes. Don't release me. Yeah, let's just keep doing all of Miss Venus's past lives. This is just a Miss Venus's past life stream. We'll just, But yeah, let me focus on this. I am sorry if my like big exhales and inhales are annoying, but it really does help to just relax me and get me to that meditative state. I'm in too much of a silly mood today, I think, but I'm feeling more focused now. So let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Okay. So this is an interesting one. So I see, I say that about everyone, don't I? But this is an interesting one. I see like tons of grapes. Um, Feet like stepping on these grapes. This is a very very old lifetime. This is like I don't know if like BC is the right word, the right phrase to use in this, but yes, this is a very very old BC kind of lifetime. Stepping on grapes, wine making, a very beautiful kind of place where you are in Russia. So this is a Russia that I'm seeing here. But yes, grape. I just see like feet crushing grapes here, and kind of like a wine making process. And this is BC and in Russia, so that's what I'm seeing. So glad that I connected there. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so sorry to have that like glitch. I'm really sorry. Yeah, so wine making, but literally getting in there like standing on grapes. Very very ancient lifetime, very very ancient. But it's Russia, which is interesting. I don't know if we've had. I don't know if I've done Russia past life on stream yet. So that's what I'm seeing there. Still feeling kind of drawn to pull a card here, so I'm going to do it. Past life cards here. Okay. Oh, they show really well. I like them because they're not holographic, I suppose. High priest or priestess. So you've also had a past life as a high priest or priestess. So I'm feeling this lifetime is different. So this is a different lifetime to your wine making lifetime here. This ancient lifetime. High priest or priestess as well. So these are two separate lifetimes. But yeah, I felt so drawn to that even before you gave the information, and I really feel that is correct for you. I really feel drawn to that. As Ms. Venus says, oh my gosh, Venus, don't apologise for breathing. I know, but sometimes I just really need to take this like huge breath, and people say like, why are you sighing? Are you bored? And things like that. And I'm just like, no, I just really need to take in this air. But yeah, so 2 past lifetimes for Taiko. Winemaking in Russia and BC. And the high priest or priestess lifetime there as well. Oh yes, the Russian activist. Yes, we did. Sorry, we did. Yes, Miss Venus, that is correct. Very good observation. Okay, so now I think. Oh no, we are still on the list. So I don't believe anyone new came in. I feel like that just went louder on its own. So I don't believe anybody new came in, so now we will be, so yeah, we're leaving Lima so we can just timestamp at the end, so it's fine if you guys leave for that one, that's fine. So Abby didn't come in. So Shayna is next, and then we have Theodora and Aries, so that's wonderful. Okay, so let's do Shayna now. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is Greece. So do you believe this is Greece? This is like a Olympics kind of thing happening. Uh, yeah. So this is a Greek Olympics, and this is the male lifetime, and this is it's really interesting because this person who you are in the the scene that I'm seeing. So this in the scene that I'm seeing, this person, this male, is very very young, very very young. Like I would not think that this a person this young would be in this setting, in this Olympic setting, actually competing, actually doing sport. I believe sports is the right term. This is a very young person, a young male. Yeah, I'm not feeling that this person is much older than 10, like 9, 10. Male. Very interesting. Yeah, so they're in Greece, they're competing in some Olympic sport. They're very, very young. It's quite surprising. I don't believe that they're over the age of 10, and they are male. In this scenario that I'm seeing, I don't believe they're over the age of 10. So I'm trying to get here, something a bit more. So yes, I'm seeing Greece, I'm seeing Olympics. I feel like I know that that's correct, but can we get maybe a date here or a name? A date or a name I'm going to try to get. I'm sorry if you could hear that. Every time I do a stream, someone rides a motorbike like so close to me. Sorry. Okay, so I'm seeing that this person, this male, so he grows up to be kind of like I don't know what you would call it. It's kind of military. It's some kind of military uniformed kind of position when he grows up. So of course I was being shown this 10-year-old, part of his life. But then there's this further on. So this is the same person. This further on in his life, it's kind of a navy, military, something like that, going on there. And I'm just trying to get a name here because I feel like, so there's a D, okay, so a D, I do believe that is part of his name. So I'm just kind of trying to like bleed out the name here, what he is called. But yes, very interesting. So male life, Greece. I don't know if you've ever felt connected to Greece or anything like that. Olympic sports, it's something that I would not do. So it's very interesting. And then yes, growing up to be a bit military kind of position there. No, I'm just getting D. I'm just getting D, but it's kind of, well, it's confirmed. It's kind of confirmed. It's confirmed here that this is the initial of his first name. The initial of his first name. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could take a moment, if everyone is okay with it, to try to kind of bleed out this name, but yeah, I don't like to take too long on stream when other people are waiting. That's the only thing. Names can. So last time names came to me very, very easily. Sorry, I have ow, I have cramp in my leg. So yeah, last time names came to me like very kind of easily, but this is not really coming to me. So, but yes, a D is the beginning name. Going to just take a moment to see if I can just get that name, and if I can't get it, after just a moment, I will move on and we will go to Theodora. So how long have we actually been? So did we start at 6? Okay, so we've actually only been an hour, so I don't know if maybe we could, if no one else comes in and we do finish quite early, I don't know if maybe we could pull some cards or something, or look and see if we can find another lifetime or more about that lifetime. Yeah, perhaps we could do that. So let me just see if I can get this name, because I feel like I'm close to it. But if I can't, I will move on and we will go to Theodora, and then Aries, and then if it's still not, so we're only at 1 hour. So if anyone would like maybe another reading or a card, because I have the cards as well, we could do something like that as well. So let me just take a moment here. It's like I'm annoyed at myself because last time the names were coming through so easily. Oh, Kevin! I forgot about you, sorry. No, I'm going to leave it because I feel like it's taking me too long to get that. But D, yes, it's the beginning of his first name. But at least I do feel it's nice that you feel that you have a connection to Greece. Your maiden last name is Greek as well. Okay, so it's interesting. It is interesting, and it is interesting as well when we experience these different lives. We have a male life, a female life. We do things that we probably wouldn't do in this life. My mother has had past lives of being a man in war. Something I don't feel like I would do, but born with a different mind, taking in information differently, different soul mission. It can happen, and it does happen. And I just remembered, if I read this out, I'm really sorry, but I just remembered that I saw a comment earlier from Miss Venus saying, of course, your mum is psychic, is that in that way. She had to be evolved spiritually to bring about another evolved soul to this earth and support that higher frequency. Yes, excuse me, yes, but the kind of negative thing about that is she was very suppressed, so her kind of abilities and things were very suppressed. I don't know if some people might believe in like targeted individuals and things like that. It could just be all coincidence, and the kind of upbringing that she had, being kind of adopted in a way, and the experiences that she went through, really trying to suppress her abilities. Like sometimes when you are quite you're quite evolved in some way. So if you're born with a very strong spiritual gift, sometimes you can be kind of targeted, and you might notice this when you first begin to astral project and things like that. there will always be an entity to defeat. There's always, no matter how much Reiki you've had or how much work you've done on yourself, when you first go through that astral projection experience, that is kind of missions, you know? So, missions and kind of things you have to do, and she was very suppressed like that. Prevented from astral projection a lot of the time. And also abducted by negative ETs as well. So, yeah, there's I always say to her that she should write a book, actually. So, but yes, thank you for that comment. That's very sweet. Yeah, I always tell her when, like, I have some clients that I talk to, of course, that have become friends with, like a lot of you guys, and one of my client friends always asks like how my mum is, and calls her like Mama Venus and things like that, and I think that's really sweet. So yeah, she's doing very well now, but she was very kind of suppressed. So yeah, sorry to go off on a tangent there, but yeah, I appreciate that comment, So, okay, so we have Shayna's, that was Shayna's. So, we have Theodora, Aries, and Kevin. So sorry to forget about Kevin. And then, of course, timestamping Lalima. After maybe we've done a few cards or something like that. And I have my other tarots around as well, so when we do finish quite quickly, it's fine to grab a couple of cards or something like that, or maybe like a runes or something like that. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we do. So, but let's get on with it, because if I keep blabbing on it, it's not quick. So yes, so let's get on with it. So we have Theodora. So going to, you are pretty new. Have you left your date of birth here? I think it was down somewhere. Did you give it and I wrote it down? This piece of paper has scribbles, the list, and scribbles on it. So Theodora, please, you can send it privately, but full name and date of birth, please. I don't feel super connected with you yet. It happens with people who I haven't read with much, or people who are infrequent into the sessions. Sometimes I need to just reconnect. As I always say, when you're in person with a psychic, they can pick up on your energy and they don't need any information from you. But at a distance, I prefer to have full name and date of birth, but things like address work quite well. I know that sounds really strange, but sometimes when I did Etsy, there was always an address, with the order. So if someone forgot to give me their full name and date of birth, I would just use the address, and they'd be like, how did you know? I haven't given you any information, and I'm like, I just used what I had. I can't chase everyone up for their date of birth. But yes, Theodora, I'm so sorry to blab on like that. But yeah, I don't have your full name and date of birth, I don't believe. But you can send it by email or Facebook if you wish. Ooh. Yeah, I'm really feeling like playing around with cards a little bit, maybe afterwards. Is Theodora here? Theodora was here a second ago. Whew. Maybe my chart is very behind, or maybe Kevin says, but don't you think you might pick up someone else for a dress? Not really, because they have their full name as well. So it's kind of like, even if someone gave you their full name and an old address, they have a connection to that place. They have an energetic connection to that place. Even if they've moved, even if they hated it, there is some kind of energetic imprint from them. And with their full name as well, which is always on there, which was always on there, yeah, I feel very connected. If I didn't feel like a connector, then of course I would chase them up and ask for their full name and date of birth. But sometimes it's just a bit easier to go with what you have, as long as you feel connected. I would never. That's why I'm asking people here, because I'm never going to like lie and just be like, oh, I'll just pull a card and say whatever. I'm only going to feel drawn to the card if I really feel connected to your energy. So yeah, so Kevin's responding to me, so I'm quite a bit confused. Maybe Theodora left, or something like that. So I will keep her, so I'll keep her here. If she comes back, she's just on this like list here. So we will now. So we'll do Aries and Kevin now. So oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, it's just like taking that moment to connect and just make sure I'm not picking up something wrong or something like that. It can happen. Of course, no one's perfect. No one gets everything right. So I do like to make sure that I feel. Yeah, I was thinking 77. Yeah. Sorry if you didn't want me to say that, but yes. Yeah, I was thinking that. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I'm guessing 1800s coming up. It's just 1800s, not honing in on a specific time within that at the moment, but that's coming up very clearly. So just thought I will say that. So there's a lot of instruments here. There's a lot of instruments. Male energy here. Very very nice, like divine masculine kind of energy, like a very well-rounded, holistic, I don't know, like kind of person. But yes, so I'm seeing a lot of instruments, so kind of trying to hone in on this person, maybe in a band or something like that. Saxophone, I believe. That's what that is. Yes, so this is a male lifetime. It's going to try to hone in a little bit more on the date here, but this is 1800s. So you are a musician, and this is jazz. So you're a jazz musician, and it feels like as well. It's there's a kind of a revolutionary energy coming through here. So almost like a you're bringing this music somewhere, you know, you're introducing this music to new people. It's very kind of, there's like a fresh, new kind of feel to it, like a uniqueness, a unique energy in this music. And yeah, so it's jazz musician here. So I'm going to try to see where is this? What is this jazz musician? Where do they live? Where do they perform? And can we get like a name or more specific year here? Okay, so we are in America. So we are in America here. New Orleans. Okay, so this is New Orleans. Yeah, so a male life in New Orleans. In a band, like a jazz musician. You know, very what would you say? Like very good at what you do. But I'm seeing like all of these instruments, and I'm like trying to hone in. Like I see a saxophone quite clearly, but I see a piano as well, and I'm thinking, do you play both of these instruments? Is it like interchangeable? You know, what is your kind of the things that you do? Be interesting to know if you're into either if you're into jazz music or if you are into instruments in terms of if you play an instrument now, because it does seem like you are very, very musical, very good understanding of, you know, perhaps maybe music theory or something like that, like very able to translate those abilities. So you can I'm seeing most clearly a saxophone and a piano, so I'm feeling like you do play those two. Could be piano, could be keyboard. You know, I'm just seeing like these keys. They're called keys, aren't they? Yes. So I'm kind of seeing like a guitar in the distance. So, but I'm not really feeling like you play that a lot. Or maybe that's part of your kind of band, but you don't play it. But you are very, very confident, but very humble. So it's a really nice energy that I'm feeling here. But yes, so male life, New Orleans, jazz musician. I would probably say, well, I would definitely say saxophone, but I probably would say that he plays the piano as well, because those keys are really coming forward. It's like he's really showing me those keys. And yeah, like I said, New Orleans as well there. So still not kind of getting any clearer on that date, but 1800s is coming up. So yeah, that's a really nice energy to kind of feel. This is a very talented person, but not a you know, there's no like kind of really egotistical kind of feeling here. Just feel like a humble person. So yeah, I would like to know. That's okay. Don't worry if your computer is slow. Like I am always behind on the chat. Always. While I can you please let me know if it's Theodora or Theodora? Because I keep saying Theodora, but I know this. Just let me know how to pronounce it. Let me Google it. So she says, I was sure I have been a guy in my last life because I am having such a tough time being a woman. See, that's very similar to my mum, because she's so connected to her past lives that it can be quite strange being in this, you know. And she's always been a kind of warrior energy in those past kind of male lives. Well, not kind of male, they were male. So this life's very interesting to her, she says. So that's nice that you kind of resonate in a similar way. I'm definitely a rebel and do things in a revolutionary way. Yes! So it does really feel like that. It does really feel like... I don't know if it's fully introducing like jazz to New Orleans, or if you're just kind of like at the kind of forefront of this, you know, it becoming popular, it kind of, I don't know, blowing up or something maybe, because there is that kind of energy. And Teozora also says, oh my god, and I played the piano when I was young, and my teacher cried, I think, when I told her I was going to quit. And my sister is a musician. Okay, yes. So you're still kind of carrying through that musical talent, that musical ability. And that's why I love the feedback from you guys, because some people resonate very closely with their past life. And some people, you know, they learn lessons there and now they're the total opposite, you know? So it is interesting because every life has a lesson. So your lesson could have been leadership, confidence. You know, I always say when performers come through, it's very throat chakra. And I do feel that performers come through a lot, because even though that's a past life, they want you to know, you know, they're still very kind of like a performance kind of energy, so they want to come through. I have very long fingers. Everybody says I have a pianist's fingers. Oh, you should have been on the palm reading. I'm sure that's there's meanings for that, having very long fingers as well, like in a palmistry way. But yes, I would love to, because I can play a little bit of guitar, but my fingers just don't stretch to the chords. I would love to have longer fingers. And I actually kind of, I suppose, like left the guitar behind and got a ukulele because they're so small, and my hands kind of can do the chords because they're so small. So, very interesting. So, okay, wonderful that we managed to do that. So we just have Aries, Kevin and Lalima left, I think, and we are almost at an hour and a half, so that's actually really, really great. I will see who's left at the end, because I think maybe so what we have, 3, so we have, yeah, 3 is not too difficult, I suppose. Depends how difficult it is to get the person through, the lifetime through. Okay, so I think we will just go on to Aries then. Yes, Aries is here. Oh, Teozora says, I am Bulgarian. I am so bad at geography. History and geography I am very bad at. So yeah, like I say, when I'm doing this, when I say the place, I usually see it in words. And when I see things like that from the past, I always think, wow, it's crazy because I'm so not a history person, but I'm also not a geography person. But I believe, and I might be wrong, that Bulgaria is pretty close to Hungary. Is that true? Can someone confirm that for me if they know? Do you know what? I can actually Google it here, but I would just love to know that, because I'm kind of getting really into my kind of Slavic heritage at the moment. We want to take a trip to me and my mother, we would like to take a trip to find the town where my granddad was from, her father. He was very occult, occult, not in a cult. I always have to say this. I know that you guys probably know, but occult, like with the O, that just means hidden. So it's just hidden practices. So you could consider what we're doing now a cult, because it's not a knowledge that's widely taught. But yeah, so he was very occult focused. But not in a cult. So I was just going to Google. Okay, so Luna says yes, I think they're close. Yeah, I'm going to believe you because I actually do think that. Oops. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome, and did you join on the palm reading, or that's just something you've done? That is, if you have been on my palm reading, that is just so crazy, because I feel like a positive connection to you, but I feel like it's really new. Oh yes, so you think your hand was water, you'll definitely try for the next. Wonderful, wonderful. I don't think there's many people who want palm reading at the moment, but I definitely will be doing it. Probably in January or February we'll do a new aura reading as well, because our auras might have changed over this period. Just bear with me 1 second. I hope I can play this. Oh, it's Puzza H on the. So is it Theodora or Theodora? Because when I type it in, it's giving me like the pronunciation with a H. So I'm not sure. But then I just played that, and that might be copyrighted, so maybe I shouldn't do that. This is a transformative work. I was reviewing the video. I was reviewing the pronunciation of the name. It falls under fair use. I would just say that because it's educational. It was educational for me. So yeah, it falls under fair use. Just so I don't get it doesn't get taken down or have to like delete part of it because I played it to someone else's video. I really need to think about that. You can't do that on YouTube. So sorry guys. So yes, you're very welcome. Kevin says I think there is one country that separates them both. Yeah, I think that's correct. I really feel that that's correct. Just intuitively going with it. Luna, I think so as far as I remember. And Theodora, me too. Extremely bad at geography and history. Yes, it's close to Greece. Okay. Yeah, I would love. That's one place I haven't been yet and would love to go. Greece. We'll go soon, I'm sure. So let's get into Aries reading then. Let's get into Aries reading. So we're going to sorry, my brace is poking the side of my cheek. Okay. Whew. I'm very connected to Aries energy, so this is very I like it when I really connect closely with you guys, and we message as friends as well, and just really connect in a friendly way. in a nice positive community way. So feeling very connected to Aries. Very beautiful energy. And Aries energy as well, what I will say, feels very balanced in female and male energy, which is very needed for kind of like evolution, growth, you know, everything like that. So I am, even though I'm blabbing on, I am seeing something here. So I'm seeing a camera, what I believe is a camera. This is old. This is very old. Yeah, this would be like in an antique shop or something, maybe a museum. This camera, very, very old. This is a male lifetime. So picking up a lot of the male lifetimes in today's reading. Not getting as many names as last time, but seem to be picking up the male lifetimes. So yes, so this is a male. This is again, so again we're having a kind of a revolutionary kind of energy here. This person, and I am getting a name here as well, a full first name, is Joseph. So his name is Joseph, and what he does is he is a, I would say, I think inventor is the right word to use. Yeah, I think I would say it's difficult to see in like sometimes when you're showing like images. So he's inventing, he's revolutionizing or inventing the camera. So I don't know if he invented it, but you know how we have like one technology and then someone improves it. I feel like it's more on the scale of it is already kind of a thing and he's improving it. He's working on the growth of this product, making it better. And yeah, so his name is Joseph. And also I'm guessing where he is as well. And he is French. So he's in France here. And there's definitely, so inventor or like I said, revolutionizing, improving, very important component to photography, it looks like. Really working on photography, trying to improve things, great interest in photography. It feels like this is his kind of life work. It doesn't really feel like it feels like it's his life work. It doesn't really feel like there's something else, going on here. Very kind of focused on this. I'm not even seeing, it's almost like that's what he wants me to put out there. I'm not getting wife, children, anything like that. It's very much kind of this camera improving this technology. So Joseph, French, and definitely a huge component to the evolution, I would say, of photography and of cameras. He seems pretty, like I said, when they come through, it's almost like they're pushing to the front the things that they're really proud of. So that's not to say that he wasn't married and he didn't have like a nice home life, but that's not what he's putting forward to me. Sometimes they do, sometimes they do that. But yeah, so that's what's coming through for Aries. Oh, it's, Theodore says now I compared it to somebody you showed. Okay, that makes sense. And kisses back to Aries there. Yes, indeed. Aries says, funny you said balanced in both male and female energy. I was told I've been male a lot, in my past lives. masculine in a lot of my previous past lives, even a warrior many times, even a medicine man. Yeah, I think I picked up on a medicine person for you one time. I can't remember if they were male or female, but I do feel like I picked up on that. But yeah, like you're doing that kind of thing in this lifetime as well. So it's, you know, who's to say that you haven't had multiple kind of, you know, medicine person healing kind of lifetimes. I feel like I've had a dream about his past life that you're talking about right now. I was trying to access my Akashic records and I had a camera in my hand. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, so you definitely tapped into the same thing as me. You're welcome, Teodora. And then Aries also says, the fact that you bring up French, on my mum's side, my great-great-grandparents are full-blooded French. I'm also really strongly attracted to photography and always have been. I always take professional photos everywhere I go. I always take my camera and take nature photos in the sky, photos, and very eccentric photos. This definitely resonates. Okay, wonderful. I feel it's really interesting how the kind of sessions change. So sometimes the sessions are like the people that come through are opposed to the person you are now, you know? Maybe they do something that you, like I said before, do something that you would not do. But in today's session, it seems like a lot of them resonate, which I'm happy about, you know, it's really good. And it's interesting because he's so proud of that invention or improvement, whatever it was that he did, that he would, if he knew that, you know, you were you in this lifetime now, he would be proud of the fact that you're using like these cameras and you're taking these pictures. I think he would be proud of that, you know, happy with that. He would probably love to see the cameras that we have now. Okay, so we'll get to Kevin now, and then we will do Lalima, and then excuse me. So we will do Kevin, then we will do actually we'll do Kevin, and then if anyone is left in, we can do some cards. If you want a specific card and you don't want a past life one, then let me know as well, because I may not be drawn to a past life one for you as well, so do let me know. If you would like a different one, they're only there, I can just grab them. But yes, so we'll do Kevin, then we'll do any cards anyone wants, then you guys are very welcome to leave while I do Lalima's last and timestamp for her. So I hope as well, over December, I will be trying crystal ball sessions at different times, very different to what I do now. Like I said, to accommodate the Singapore and Indian members of our community. So yeah, I'd be interested to see who comes in, and if like one of those times like resonates with you more or something. But we'll trial and error it and we'll discuss it. And we do have the members only streams coming up as well. There will be probably four, maybe a bit more if I'm free, if I have more free time, of members only streams to give you guys a good deal, you know, because I really appreciate your support. You're supporting me. You're supporting me putting my time into the readings and things. So I really appreciate that. And I just remembered, sorry, Aries left a comment and I can't remember if I replied to it. So it was about, I don't think I can find it, but it was about the member gifts. So as you know, YouTube tallies like how long you've been a member for, and when you are a member, when you reach the 3-month mark on YouTube, so YouTube may say, I think YouTube counts a month as 30 days. I don't think it does it by actual months. I'm not 100%, but we'll see. So when we get past, you're over the 3-month mark, there will be members gifts sent out. The root chakra, they will vary in what is in them. There will be like a kind of starter one, which the root chakra people will get, which will probably be like maybe a crystal that I feel resonates with you that I've cleansed, a spell jar because you all want spell jar, so I'll do that, and maybe there's something like a tote bag with your avatar on or something like that, because I really want to do those. I'm really hoping that I can, and that might be like the kind of basic one. And then the heart chakra, they will get a bit more. Maybe they will get like a kind of bigger, nicer crystal, and maybe some incense in there as well. And then of course the crown chakra people, the highest tier people, will then have added extras to their package. So everyone will get one, but what is in it will just depend on your tier basically. So that'll be at the 3-month mark. So it's just really to thank you guys, because I enjoy doing this, and I enjoy doing this. I'm already very grateful that I can do what I love as a job already, doing my readings, doing my sound healings as a full-time thing. So getting support on here as well just really means so much to me, and I really, really appreciate it. So yeah, I just thought I would explain that there. And because of that, I forgot to respond at the time, I think. So let's see comments here. Yes. Theodora says, how does one access the Akashic Records? Well, everyone is different. So some people can do it. Some people can do it through meditation. Some people can do it through trance meditation. Some people can do it from astral projection. Some people can do it in their dreams. It all really depends on what I always say, and this is why I am an eclectic practitioner, because what works for one person may not work for you. Like I said, I'm very clairvoyant, very visual. So using things like a scrying mirror or a crystal ball, I don't have to have a dark room and loads of candles, because the candles basically make like shapes and things and give messages on the scrying mirror. I don't need to do that, because what I do is project what's in my mind's eye here and kind of see it a bit more clearly, basically. So I'm very visual. But everyone's different. So like I said, for you, maybe you do sit, in a kind of dimly lit room with candles and, whatever it is. But, I can't give tips about opening the third eye. I can do that. Aries did mention here. So Aries said, I'm very sorry, Kevin, I'm going to get to your reading in a second. But Aries said here, I was trying to access my Akashic Records. So what was your process, Aries? Was it because some people also use like a guided meditation, or something like that, or hypnosis. I've seen hypnosis as well. So yeah, it'd be interesting to know how you did it. Hello, Lalima, hello. Because I was so when someone requests a timestamp, what I do now is I do everyone else first, and I do the timestamp ones last, because they're not in the chat waiting. So because you asked for a timestamp, I would put your reading to the end. I'm very sorry about that. But yes, but don't worry. If you're happy to join now, if you have time, I don't know what time it is there for you at the moment. Let me just think. What time is it for me? So it's 8 for me, so it's probably... No, it can't be 4 in the morning, surely. Surely that's wrong. Maybe you're 8 hours backwards, maybe? I use World Time Buddy to do the time conversions. When you astral travel a lot and you're like out of your body and in different like realms and things, time is very difficult to kind of track. Aries can probably vouch for that because Aries does astral travel a lot. So yes, so confirming there. Accessing the Akashic records through astral traveling. So yes, exactly. It's not the only way, but it is a very good way. It is a very good way. Thank you, Lalima. Thank you for understanding. You're very sweet. Can't join now, but you can do it whenever you're free. It is 1 a.m. Yes. So you go ahead and go to sleep. You know, do whatever you need to do. Hopefully you sleep and have a nice sleep. I'm going to go ahead with Kevin's reading now, and I will timestamp for you, so don't worry about staying up for it. And when we pull some cards in a little bit, if I pull a card for you as well, I will also timestamp that. So don't worry, I will timestamp it all. So yeah, sorry, I'm really enjoying this conversation about the Akashic records and astral travel. I would love to maybe one day just have a discussion stream where maybe you can just ask questions if you have any questions and things like that. So we have Aries says meditation typically is the fastest way, but I typically access my Akashic records. Oh yes, meditation is the fastest way, yes. At first I thought astral travel is the fastest way, and I thought sometimes it takes me quite a while, especially when I first started. When I do it regularly, it's fine, but when I haven't done it for a while, I literally have to... I lie down when I'm doing astral projection, and when I haven't done it for a while, I have to lie down for a very long time. Very long time. So I used to be able to do astral travel, but I think all of my chakras are somehow blocked. I do actually, which side is it? My website is there, secretfrequencies.com. I do full cleanses, and the cleanses are very intensive. I do cord cutting, clearing dense energy, chakra balancing, aura repair if there's holes in the aura, entity and hex removal if you need it. So I do assess the energy and only do what's needed. If you don't have a hex, then of course I don't need to remove it. Psychic attacks and anything that might be blocking you, I remove. So yeah, I have a very intensive cleanser. It's a very reasonable price as well. So if you do really feel particularly blocked, you're very welcome to book that with me. It's a very reasonable price. I don't know if Miss Venus is still here, but she has had one, and she does say that she really benefited from it, and it was very good. So yeah, I get very good reviews on my cleanser. My cleanser is probably my highest reviewed thing that I do. So let's get to Kevin then, because I am really keeping Kevin waiting here. Kevin says, I would love to have some astral travel experience. Yes, if I had never had it, I would, when I used to, just bear with me, I need to wipe my nose for a second. I guess I'm going better, but it's just a bit... There we go. Yeah. Ah! Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so thank you to the members. I really like that because if I need to do anything, I can just put it up. Yeah, so thank you to the members. Like I said, you new guys don't have a avatar yet, but we'll do very soon. And I'm back. So douchey apps. I'm so sorry that you're fighting against a breakup. You really, I think this is the thing about like this kind of work. Like, I love doing cleanses, and I love when people have like positive results. The first ever live abundance spell we did, I had three separate messages from people, like saying that something had happened. Sorry, my voice is going. Saying that something had happened, like they got money in some way. I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but yeah, I got 3 separate messages after that spell, and it hadn't even been 2 months, which is kind of the time frame that I say to give. So it's really horrible to hear things like people going through breakups, people being sick, and all of that. But it is the good thing is when you get those positive reviews and results. So yes, so going to get to Kevin now because I've really just been chatting on, but I really like it. I like it when you guys, you have like a really interesting conversation in there, in the chat, and I do really enjoy it. So, okay, so let's get to Kevin. Let's do some cards, and then let's do Lilima. Yeah. But like, welcome, douchey. If you would like a reading or a card or anything, I need your full name and date of birth to connect with you. I feel like you've never been in before. Feel very new. Could be wrong, but not picking up on that energy. Okay. But I am very connected to Kevin's energy through a lot of crystal balls. So let's connect now and not leave Kevin waiting any longer. Okay, getting male again. So I think that the male energies are really coming through today. And this again, this is kind of like a I want to call it like a revolutionary kind of energy. So these people that are coming through are so great. It's kind of like they're changing something, they're improving something, and they're growing something, okay? So this is a male, and this person has done, again, we have a performance type of people coming through. They always wanted to come forward, they always wanted to be seen. They have been performers, of course, so why not? So this is a male, and he has been in theatre productions. Theatre plays, and he is not a fan of this. He wants to go in a different direction, not dressing up, not going by a script, anything like that. In that way, like a play that someone else has written, dressing up and all of that. So he wants to be himself. So he became a comedian. And so he was still on stage, he's still performing to people, but he's a comedian. And this is very interesting because it's in England, and it's like he, I don't know whether I can say he like kind of invented stand-up comedy, but he's a very kind of a pioneer person where not a lot of people were doing that. A lot of productions were plays, they were scripted, they had costumes. He did not want that. He wanted to just tell his jokes, be funny, and be himself, wear his own clothes on the stage on his own. So it's really, really, again, that kind of energy. I'm really loving it. But yes, so interesting for me is England is coming through again for Kevin. It's almost like you had sort of some need to be here, because you have had another life in England that I remember quite clearly. So very, very interesting. Some kind of connection there. Whether you have completed that, completed what you needed to do in England, if you don't feel drawn to it now, you may have completed what you needed to do. But this is very nice and this is very interesting. I like the energy of this person, and I really like that independent, moving away from that, doing his own thing, and again, pioneer, revolutionary kind of energy, and he's a male. So Wandering Koala, hello! Would you have time to do one for me after the people on the list? Thank you. And Kevin says, oh wow, we have all been in some way revolutionary in past life. Yes, and I think as well, sometimes the lives that come through, like Wandering Koala being here as well, I specifically remember Wandering Koala having a past life where she was making incense. So she worked making incense, and she just lived this kind of very simple but very happy life. And it was a very kind of soulmate connection. That was the important part. But a lot of you guys today, the important thing for you has been what you put out into the world, what you kind of started or you improved or whatever it was. So I'm loving it. I'm really loving the theme of today's kind of energies that are coming through. So very, very interesting. It'll be very interesting to look at your past, male past lives and female past lives, comparison of those. But yes, it's interesting how it kind of has had a theme. But I do recall as well, I think that Miss Venus and Aries have both had other performer lifetimes as well. And to me it makes sense that the performers want to come forward. They're still in that energy. They still have that aspect of themselves that wants to be known, that wants to come out. Which is why, so many people who remember past lives tend to remember like their really successful past life, So, Kevin, are you a comedian? Are you kind of like a funny person now? Do you make jokes a lot? It would be interesting to know. Or do you love I love stand-up comedy. I really love comedy. And Theodora says, I love comedians. Good for you, Kevin. We should do a Zoom to meet virtually in person. That is an amazing idea. I would love to do that. I wonder, does anyone know if you can have multiple people on Skype? I know I'm like so old-fashioned with Skype and Facebook, but Skype works a lot better for me with my mic and like everything that my mic, my webcam. Skype works a lot better, But I would love to do something like that. But I definitely think we should do like a question and answer stream as well, where we can just discuss things, talk about things, for anyone that's interested in that. So Kevin says, these past lives just make me long for England more and more. It's so interesting. Like, come here. I'm in England. If you come, let's meet. I did have the same client friend that I was talking about before, who asks about my mother a lot. She was in England at one point. She was in London, but it was a time when I couldn't. I was very caught up with my mother at the time, having a bit of a injury, let's say. She does have something that the doctors are not sure about. You know, they first they call it fibromyalgia, then they call it osteoarthritis. You know, and they just kind of can't really know what it is. No cartilage in the knee, you know, every time she goes it's something different. And something was happening. It was like, I don't know if she fell or it was a flare up or something, I can't remember now. But I couldn't go to meet the moral, but the point of the story is I couldn't go to meet my client friend, who I would so love to meet her in person. She's so amazing and lovely, and I do hope it happens one day. It's a shame that I couldn't do it that day. She was in London, so it's quite far from me. I am not near London, but it's, you know, it was doable. I could have done it. Yes, but does anyone know if multiple people can go on Skype? You know, because I know that you can do it on Zoom, but Zoom really isn't great for me. It kind of has like a lot of issues. But I'm going to get new things soon. So now that I'm getting a bit of like money from YouTube, I'm going to get a new mic. I'm going to get I definitely don't earn enough to buy a new laptop from YouTube, but I will buy a new laptop and a new mic specifically. Not too bothered about my webcam because I just don't think you need to see me in like super HD, but maybe I will one day. Yeah, I blab on so much, I'm so sorry. But basically what I was saying is that I would love to meet some of you guys, you know? If I ever had the chance in person, it would be so great to meet like so many of you that I've really gotten close to. Kevin says I think I'm funny in some way, but my friends say I'm not that funny. Yeah, we all have different senses of humour. Is that the right phrase? Sense of humour. We do all have different senses of humour. Yeah, I think I'm funny sometimes, and I'm just not. Very great energy. That will be fun. We could do a Zoom meeting. I will try it. I will try Zoom. It's just difficult. Skype can handle more than 2 people, but it's not great, and I don't know how many maximum. Okay, I'll look into it then, and I will try and get some kind of whatever the Zoom issue was. I can't remember, but I'll try to get it resolved. So, is Wandering Koala still here? I can't remember if we had anyone else. If Wandering Koala is still here, if Wandering Koala is still here, we will do her, and then we will do we will do Lalima, sorry, Lalima, oh my gosh. Yes, so we will do Lalima. I will do some cards and I will do Lalima afterwards. You're welcome. Okay, yes, Wandering Koala is here. Okay, that is wonderful. Okay. So we will do that then. Okay. Okay. This is quite interesting. This is reminds me a little bit of a film that I've seen, but it's so the female. So you're female in this lifetime, very very nurturing, caring, empathetic. The energy of this female is so sad. This female is so empathetic and so sad about the. So this is like the Second World War, I believe, Second World War time frame, and this female is just so kind of like heartbroken, and she is I don't know how to put it, hiding Jewish people in her home. So she is protecting and hiding Jewish people in her home. It's very, I can just feel this heavy heart of this lady. She is very, very nurturing, very loving, and she is very upset. So it's a shame because, of course, she's helping, she's doing good, she's a protector and nurturer and all of that. Very, very amazing woman, you would say. But it's that emotion, that really heavy heart that really hits me when I look at this. She's just so why she's like, it's almost like she's saying why are people this way, why do these things happen. She's very, very upset, just not it's almost like although she did well, so she did well. She's hiding people who of course are in danger at this time, but it's kind of like she is not able to fulfill her full potential because she's so, it's almost like given up. It's almost like there's this trust in God that she has, that she's losing this trust, and she's very, very in this scenario, in this scene I'm seeing, that she's very, very upset, very heavy heart, and she has these I see three people that she is hiding, protecting. It's very positive to see that, but very sad to feel how she feels. It feels almost like she could have done more. She gave up, and that was her. She felt like that was kind of her only purpose, is to help these people, help as many people as she can, which is great. But the sadness is just, the thing that's really getting me here. Yeah, but I just look and see if I can see anything else, like a name or anything that might come through. But I'm seeing these three people, and feeling her emotions, basically feeling her emotions. Yes, so wandering causes, I will read the other comments in a second, but wandering causes, do you see a specific place? And that's what I'm trying to get here. So, like, I can see a hair quite clearly, and I can see these people quite clearly, and it's like her house that I can see. I'm trying to get the location of this, like, where exactly is she? Which is not very clear. It's not very clear. Yes. So I'm not getting a location on this, but I am being confirmed. Wandering Caller asked here, I wonder if this is before or after the other past life reading, and this looks like this is after. So it does look like the it is the incense. Was it Thailand? Past life that you had. Yeah, so it's like that is there. There's a gap between the two, is what I'm trying to say. So you have that life and then this life. So, and it's interesting as well because it is interesting when we look at the lives and we kind of compare them. And interesting that these two coming up are both female lives as well. That's not to say that you haven't had a male past life, but these two are female past lives. And it's interesting because one was very like harmonious. It was almost like, I feel kind of like you were experiencing in the incense when the incense making was like the job that I was seeing there. It's almost like you were experiencing love because you had that strong love connection. You were with that soulmate there. You were experiencing being like happy, contented, you know, all the things that every human here wants to experience, you kind of experienced in that lifetime. So it's almost like you had this break and come back. And perhaps it was just your mission to protect those people, you know? Because we do, like, some of us come and we just have a specific mission. And you see it as well in people who, they straight away, when they're, you know, like, children, they know exactly what they want to do with their lives because they intuitively know that that is their mission. So yeah, it is, and that's what I like about people coming back as well, because it's interesting to compare the lives. Was it male and then a female? Was it female then a female? Were they both male? What did you do in them? What were perhaps the lessons or the life mission? That's what I like to ask and think about. But I do like this comment. Wandering Caller says apparently Skype can do up to 100 people, but don't know how true that is. And we definitely won't have that many. We'll probably have about maybe 12 people in. Theodora says, my experience with 3 people on Skype hasn't been great, but they might have improved since then. I'll try both because, yeah, like you're saying, Skype might have improved since then. Zoom might have improved for me on my computer since then, so we'll see. Theodora says, I feel like this in this lifetime. I have to step out, but I will rewatch the video to see what fun other stuff you have done. Look forward to connecting with you all. Blessings. Yes, love, light and blessings to you. I hope to see you soon in another stream, and we'll keep people updated if we do have that group Skype or Zoom session. And then Wandering Caller says, ooh, that's interesting because I feel like these 2 lifetimes are combined in this one. It's a mix of helping people and hoping to have that level of love in this life. Yes, and me and Miss Venus were talking as well about, you know, because I don't know everyone's beliefs, but in my experience, because of my kind of astral projection experiences and things like that, I don't believe that time is linear. And I do believe that certain more evolved and higher vibrational beings can step out of time and not be in time. So I do believe that you can have 2 lives going on at the same time, like parallel lives. I don't really feel that it's always... Some lives you do need a healing period from. But because it's not linear, it doesn't always work that way, if that makes sense. So I could have another life going on right now, you know, so they can kind of in a very literal sense combine as well, in my belief. Wandering Caller says, I'm interested in doing a regression to explore all of this. I would love to do like a meditation where we all focus on the specific goal of envisioning a past life, and for other people to see what they get, you know. Like I've been trying to encourage people to like give me a reading or something like that, you know, pick something up for me, because everyone has abilities. I feel like the people that are drawn to me are intuitive, they are empaths, you know. You're all very spiritual people, and I would love to get like a reading from one of you to see how much it resonates. I would love to try to encourage people to have their own visions about their past lives and everything like that. I would love to do like a group meditation. I would love it if we could do like a group meditation in person and all like kind of set the same intention and see what we pick up and what we see. So Kevin says, Ari says, hey, does anyone have Instagram or Snapchat? I was thinking about getting Snapchat, to be honest. But I don't have Instagram. And I know that I've spoken to Aries about why I don't have Instagram. But I'm not against Instagram or anything like that. Maybe one day I will get another one. But I've been considering getting Snapchat, and if I get it, I will post it. Or just send it to you in a private message. Kevin, I would love to know your thoughts about parallel universes. It's such an interesting topic. Parallel universes. So, do you mean in the sense of there could be a universe where we've, like, with us in it, and we have taken different paths? Is that the kind of thing that you mean? Because yeah, I kind of don't really know, like, what is the what do you call it, kind of accepted definition of a parallel universe, because that's what I was thinking it would be like. But the thing is, I think a lot of us really resonate on things, but sometimes people use a word that I probably use like a different phrase or something. Because I know there's like a parallel universe, there's the multiverse and things like that. I'm on Bing. I just kind of find Google is a bit easier. A universe theorized as existing alongside our own, although undetectable. In fantasy or science fiction, it is a world conceived of a coexisting with and having certain similarities to the known world, but different from it in some fundamental way. I think that's very possible. Yes, I do. I think that if there was an Earth that was very similar to ours, but perhaps the moon and the sun, it was like a different distance from the sun, whatever its sun is, and its moon was different, or it had two moons or something like that. I think that it could create a very similar evolutionary program. I don't know why I'm doing that for evolutionary, but evolutionary progress, because I do feel that if the conditions were very similar, that the evolutionary progress would also be very similar. So it could be like so similar to ours, but like it said in there, different in a kind of fundamental way. I have not yet explored something like that. I might try that in astral projection, but I do find it very interesting. Would love to explore it. Wandering Koala, is that why I see myself in a different timeline? Also, I can see things in my dreams, but it happens in the far future. Yes. So, is that why I see myself in a different timeline? Yeah, it's possible. I think. Just bear with me 1 second. nose running a little bit. Yeah, you're very welcome for the reading. That's interesting. You can see things that happen in the far future. Then I really hope that you're serious about dream journaling. I always say to people like, you know, be very serious about it. Really make sure you record those dreams. But yes, you could very well be having two separate kind of experiences, life experiences. Thank you so much for the reading. You're very welcome. Kind of like also with different personalities and decisions. Yes, absolutely. I think, especially if the conditions were exactly the same, like, I think it's very possible if there was a sun and then there was a planet that was, you know, the same distance away as our planet, and then a moon that was perhaps ever so slightly different. I absolutely believe that. I do. But yes, let me carry on because did anybody want any cards? Acacia, Love, Animal, Shadow. I've got so many I can't remember. But yes, if anyone would like a card, I'll do a card now, and then you're very welcome to go, you know, when I do Lilima's reading there. So because I'm a little bit behind, I'll just wait for a response. If you don't want one, then that's perfectly fine. I can just go ahead with Lilima's reading and yeah, just finish. I'm very happy to do that. Is there a specific type of card you would like? Of your choice. Okay, just bear with me. They're just literally just there. So just bear with me. I'll just grab one. Oh, I'll grab a few actually. I'm really sad because I think that my acacia ones are upstairs, but I have decided to bring, yes, so we have Past Life, a different type of animal card. I know I usually use the more pretty pink ones, Shadow Healing as well, as I often use that, so you've probably seen that. Moon Magic, which I don't think I've used on stream before, I don't think. So that might be an interesting one for you. I think sometimes they point to a phase of the moon that like will work with you. You know how I know a lot of you like to work with the moon phases. I get a lot of sessions booked on the moon phases, and sometimes people just, you know, they do that for a while and then they realise that it's the new moon that works for me, or it's the full moon, or it's, you know, whatever moon. And sometimes that shifts, we go through phases. So at one point, like, the full moon might be perfect for you and, you know, it's really manifesting. And then that kind of fades out, and then the new moon, or this, you know, whatever moon is the one for you. So yeah, so we have Kevin says a card of your choice. Luna says may I get a card. Tigo says a past life card. Okay, so everyone wants a past life card. Okay, I didn't have to get up. So okay, so let's do this. So the first person to ask for past life was Takeo. So Takeo's past life card here. Wars and battles. So a past life of being in war, basically. You know, and it's kind of sad because a lot of people do have these past lives, you know. A lot of people, you know, there were always wars. There's still always wars going on, but in the past, people didn't really have the choice. Now the kind of people who are going to war, actually fighting in the wars, they kind of choose, you know, to do that. But in the past, it wasn't like that. And sometimes I feel like we carry trauma through those lifetimes, you know, through being shot in battle, through perhaps having a partner who's shot in battle as well. This reminds me of one of my mother's past lives. She was a soldier and she was shot just before she was about to go home to her wife and child. So, you know, it's very, very sad lifetime. But it's interesting because if you experience wars and battles in your past life, which many, many people did, it's actually a very common past life experience. Because of how far past it was as well. When we're kind of souls are kind of less evolved, we have more lifetimes here, if that makes sense. So you kind of begin to go to the other realms, go to like the other planets, you know, when your soul is more evolved. But before that, we did have a lot of this, a lot of wars and battles. So I feel like intuitively that this is a very, very past life for you. Like a very, very a very like ancient past life. I can't remember what past life you got now. But yeah, before. But I'm feeling this is a very, very past life. Like when your soul was kind of less evolved, less experienced, you know, having to have its difficult lessons there. So I think that's a very, very old past life for you. And we learn a lot. We learn a lot from our past lives as well. So, but it's, when we get a past life where we all, you know, death's always horrible. It's not like, so, like I say, when I do past life reading, I try not to focus on the deaths, unless the death is very important part. You know, like for example, like people who died in war. I won't really talk about it. I try to focus on their life and their accomplishments and everything like that. Just to be more positive. But yes, sometimes we can carry trauma from those past lives. So if you do feel that you do, perhaps do a meditation, you know, in your own time, to focus on releasing anything. If you do feel like you still have some kind of cord connection to that war past life, because it's very traumatic for the soul. Even though the soul does need to learn, it's still difficult when we experience this very physical human death, you know. So the next person was Aries. Takeo, yes, it can be galactic wars. That would be, so I do feel intuitively that in the very, very you know, ancient past that you were involved in a war. But the galactic wars, like in Orion and you know, literally like the kind of destruction that destroyed Atlantis, Lemuria and all of that. You know, so many of you were involved in that in some way, like I picked up in the Starseed readings. So yes, very possible that you were involved in the galactic wars. I can't remember which starseed you were if you were on that starseed reading. I can't remember off the top of my head. But now we're going to do Aries. So Aries here. Atlantis. So just what I was saying then. When eventually Atlantis was kind of I said kind of destroyed. It was destroyed. You know, and yes, so the Galactic Wars leading to this. So for me, even though this is Aries card, and I do believe that Aries experienced some, you know, Atlantean kind of experience, this could also be affirming Tycho saying Galactic Wars instead of an actual war. So yes, a little bit affirmative there, some affirmation. But Atlantis, so you do have a connection to Atlantis, and yeah, so you do have a connection to Atlantis, whether it be that you, as your starseed self, came through the portal here to Atlantis, or you were an Atlantean, like a high priestess there, or something like that. Very, very possible for you there with the Atlantis card. So let's go in. Yeah, the same. Yes, take it. Yes. So okay. I think Tycho, Aries, Luna. Let's go. Luna's card here. I can't see it. So it is Angels. So this is very interesting, and I have seen this happen as well, because angels are amazing, you know. Angels are great and everything like that. They are protective. They can channel certain energy to you, and you can communicate with them. However, they cannot change your help in changing the direction of your life path unless it's serious and they need to do divine intervention. So angels are very interesting. It's a very interesting life to live as an angel, because it's interesting. Like, I would love to do like a whole video explaining angels, because they actually have less free will than we do, which sounds crazy because they're higher vibrational. They are, you know, these enlightened, amazing, beautiful, radiant beings. But they're working very closely with the will of the universe, or the will of God, you know, if that's what you believe and refer to. They're working very closely with the will of the universe or the will of God. So they actually have less free will than us, because they have to go with what is supposed to happen, basically. So there's events in your life that are supposed to happen. You know, they want to oversee that happens for you, and they so they have less free will, and they live that kind of life where they are just literally doing what the universe or God wants them to do, the higher energy wants them to do. Some people were angels and made the conscious decision to come down into the 3D realm to help us. We often hear the phrase walk-ins as well. Perhaps that's the case. Perhaps you have been an angel in a past life, and you decided to come to the 3D earth to help, to raise the vibration, to, you know, do what needs to be done on your life path. So that's really nice life to have. But angels are very interesting beings. So now let's look at Kevin. Yes, Kevin. Okay. There we are. Okay. Karmic relationship. So you will meet and experience someone who you have a karmic tie with. So it's not always, a karmic relationship isn't always a twin flame, but watch out, because it can be. So, you know, so the message and the guidance from a karmic relationship is that there's something unresolved in this relationship from the past. So, it can be, so like I said with my, sorry to keep going on about my mother here, but in her past life where she was actually released from the army or whatever, yeah, I think you would call the army, because she was a soldier. She was released from the army. She was allowed to go back to see her wife and child, and she was shot in the back. And it was in a beach area, St. Michael's Mount, I believe, and she just collapsed into the tide and died. So that was her past life and her death. But then she could have a karmic tie with that wife because they have unresolved things. They were supposed to have a life together and all that. So it isn't always bad karma that comes, but it's about reconnecting with someone from a past life that you had a connection with. So you have some kind of karmic thing, an unresolved karmic kind of thing, and that is going to come up in a relationship in your life. And Luna says, I'm feeling this world's too harsh for me. Yeah, we can feel like that sometimes, can't we? When we put the news on or something like that. And Kevin says, oh no, that sounds like a bad dead for her. A bad dead for her. Yeah, it was really, I think that sometimes that's why people remember some past lives, because the death was so traumatic, or they rarely just have a very strong connection to the family. They can't release it, so they have memories of it. But yes, so that's what you guys got. So no point in me getting these cards that I got just now. But Kevin says that sounds good. I would love to meet someone who I had a past life with. Yes, it seems like you will. It seems very much like you will. And like I said, I've said before, I rarely feel like you had a past life with Miss Venus. And I know you haven't met physically, but you've connected here in this community, and I do believe there's some level of connection between you two in a positive way. So Luna says, I'm feeling very sensitive. That is very, being too sensitive, being empathetic. I think sometimes when angels come down here, they don't quite realise the intensity of the 3D world. I do believe that. So if everyone is done and does not want any other cards that I mentioned, I'll go ahead and do Lilima's. I'll go ahead and say goodbye to you guys, and I will timestamp for Lilima. So yeah. So what time? How long have we been here for? Yeah. Okay. 2 hours 40 minutes. That's not too bad. So yes. Romance angels, moon magic, shadow healing, animal spirits. Very welcome to have one more card, and then I will say goodbye to you. Or if you don't want another one, that is totally fine. I know we're very much in the theme of past lives, so I don't blame you if you don't want a non-past life related card. But yeah, it's been really nice. It's been really nice to catch up with you guys and to do this session. Look out for the upcoming sessions. I know I usually schedule a bit better than I have this time. I only have the members stream scheduled, apart from one Crystal Ball, which is tomorrow, and Money Spell on the 1st of January. You're very welcome. Okay, so I will say goodbye to you all then. Thank you so much for joining. Really grateful to meet so many wonderful people here, and we'll definitely think about setting up like maybe a group chat, or at least in the meantime a question and answers kind of stream as well. So Love, light and blessings to each of you. Yes, love, light and blessings to each of you, and I will just now focus on Lalima. Yeah, I think Lalima was the... You're very welcome, you're very welcome. I think Lalima was the only one with... who wanted a timestamp. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Oh, I have timestamp it. 2 hours and 43 minutes. This is very interesting because I'm seeing two kind of separate things come and go, but I don't feel related. So what I'm trying to do is to hone into one of them. So I see, excuse me, sorry. So I see one lady who in what I'm being shown of her, she's pretty old. Yeah, she's definitely older than you. You know, in this scenario, of course, she has been young, but what I'm being shown here is this older lady, and she is like, she's kind of like, I suppose, a healer. She's kind of like she's a believer in natural healing, herbs, everything like that. That is, this is a very small house, compact house that she lives in. Not really getting right now where it is, but I will try to do that. But what I'm seeing here is this very small house. Of course, this is pretty past time. Not getting an exact date on it, but I'm seeing her very clearly. She is an older lady. There are a few people in her home. So that is her daughter, who is married, and the daughter and the husband are living in this home. And there's also 2 children in this home as well. So there's 5 people in total in this home, and she is the kind of the oldest lady in this house, basically. But she's like a kind of advocate of healthy kind of things, like herbs. It specifically seems like herbs that she's really into, but she seems to really be kind of like a healer, you know, like it seems like there are people, like these will be like family, friends, people from the community. It's quite a small community. There's a church that seems very prominent, very forefront, very, center of the town kind of thing. But this family, they're pretty involved in the community. A lot of people will come to the home, but it seems like they started to notice that she was healing people, so she would give them the right herbs, but it does seem like she had some extra ability, a bit of an extra ability here. And this, so I'm really trying to get the date of this time, but the way they are dressed, I know, I can tell it's like old. This is an old, very kind of past lifetime. There begins to be rumours circulating in this neighbourhood, in this community, that she is a witch. So this is very dramatic and problematic, causes tensions. People who have been healed by her, of course, or kind of like on her side, they're defensive of her. And then there are people who are very kind of, they might get sick or something and they believe that she has done this. So it's very interesting to see this, but it looks like there was kind of a commotion and a kind of a meeting surrounding this. So it seems more like a meeting than a trial. Okay, so this woman wasn't like burned at the stake or anything like that. She wasn't burned because she was a witch, or like pushed off a cliff, or any of those like crazy silly things that they used to do, thinking people were witches. It seems like it didn't get to that point with her, but there was a mass of accusations. There was a meeting surrounding her in this kind of like churchy town hall kind of area, and it did cause a lot of problems in her life, in her later life. So she went from being very kind of like in her high positive energy, and then she became this kind of, I suppose she came down in her energies towards the end of her life. It really took a toll on her, basically. She was very upset by these accusations, and even in a way tried to be quite careful with who she would work with and talk to and all of that, because this wasn't the first time there was accusations like this around this time. So but yes, very, very, what I'm seeing of her is the very old stages of her life, the very kind of I don't want to say end, but you know what I mean. She's an older lady in this, not in what I'm seeing. But it's nice to see that, although it's not nice to see how it's affected her life, her mental health, her well-being, but it's nice to see that there was no like huge trial and people wanting to like throw stones at her and all of that. She was just kind of spoken about, rumoured about, and they didn't progress that further. But it did take a toll on her, which is very sad to see. But yes, that's what I'm seeing of her. I want to say that this was America. It feels like it was. I'm not guessing. So a lot of the time when I guess a specific place, I see the name of the place kind of come up here. I'm not seeing that, but I'm really feeling that this is in America. So that's what I'm seeing there. So like I said, in the beginning, there were kind of two things coming through. There's something else coming through here as well. This lady, so I would really love to get the time frame on that lady, that like kind of healer lady, because this next lifetime seems closer to us, you know, a not as distant lifetime here. So we have the witch accusation, healer, lifetime. Then we have another lifetime coming up here that is a bit more closer to us, basically, not as past. So in this lifetime, I'm not seeing too much I really honed in on that one. Not seeing too much of this one. Besides, there is protest. So this woman is what do they call her? She's like a advocate for, you know, she's a voice, an advocate for women's rights. So this is a time when women don't really, you know, they're very suppressed. So a woman would write a book and she would put it in a man's name to get published. You know, she would be expected to kind of like stay at home and all of that. It does look like there was some women working, you know. There's a factory specifically that I'm seeing, factory, and she is protesting. So she's protesting for women's rights. Yeah, I don't know if it's like equal pay or they want higher pay. I don't know if it's like that being kind of, you know, taken advantage of in a way, being given a very small amount of pay. She's an advocate and a protester. So even though I'm not seeing too much of her life, I still think that was important to bring up, because that's I mean, both of the lives are very, very good, because, you know, you have the healer lady who clearly she has evolved beyond most people at that time, because most people at that time kind of believed in the devil, you know, and believed that people would be possessed and cursed and all of that. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but you know, they were overly paranoid about it then, and everyone, you know, accusing everyone. Whereas this is, yeah, so she was very kind of, she was very positive in the sense that she did make her efforts to heal and help people. And then you have this one here, who is, I'm not seeing too much of her, but she is protesting for, you know, for a good cause here. So it's interesting that these both came up. And of course, I know you're not here at the moment because I've timestamped it for you, but I would be interested if you do have any feedback about the past lives. Do they resonate with you in any way? I feel like a lot of people who come here and who are in the community are empaths. We know that. So it's interesting. I do feel a lot of us have medicine woman, like healer, you know, revolutionary kind of lifetimes, because that's what we believe in, and that's what we are here for. You know, we are empaths, we are spiritual, and we are here to progress and advance the consciousness and the spirituality of our civilization. And I think that a lot of us have those kind of past lives. Healers, you know, like I said, medicine women and all of that. So I did pull a tarot, past life oracle card for a few people in the stream. So I'm going to do one for you. So when you watch back, you can also have a card as well. So let's see which card you get. Okay, so very interesting. Lessons and blessings. So yes, lessons. So we do have, so as we saw in that past life where she was accused, you know, she is learning lessons about humanity. She is learning how humanity needs to evolve, and I'm sure that she learned a lot about healing as well, you know, positive lessons, as well as understanding the more negative side, you know, this very dualistic world that we have, where we have this positive, we have this negative, and she's learned a lot about that in that past life. And you have blessings as well. So I'm really feeling like the blessings, I do feel that because of the person that you are, the people that you've been, being at the forefront of, you know, whatever it is, if you're fighting for a good cause and for, you know, people's rights, basically, or for healing people like the other lady, it's all important. It's a very important task and lifetime, so you will receive blessings. There is no way that you cannot access and tap in to positive karma in this lifetime and in other lifetimes, because you have been so positive, you know, in those lifetimes. And yeah, just help people, being empathetic and all of that. So yes, you're learning lessons, but some lessons can be good, and you will get blessings. You are absolutely you know, your good karma is built and building, you know, continuing to build. So yeah, do get in contact, do let me know how you feel about the reading, and stay in touch. And hopefully, like I said this earlier, I know you weren't there, but I'm going to do some streams at different times, and hopefully they will be suitable for you. I'm going to do earlier ones, earlier for me. Hopefully they will be suitable for you. We'll see how it goes. So love, light and blessings to you as well. Yes, let me know. Do let me know what you think. Love, light and blessings, and I hope to hear from you and see you and speak to you very soon.